I'm Steve Turano with Ask a Real Expert. Xavier asks this question about the bench press. Steve, I've got long arms. Is that going to affect my bench press and how developed I'll become and how strong I'll be? And number two, how can I increase my bench press? Well, the length of your arms doesn't affect your bench press. I don't give a crap what guys say. Well, we have long arms. It's further to push it. That's garbage. Okay? The formula for work is work equals force times distance. You may remember that from physics. Now, yes, if you increase the distance, you also increase the amount of work that occurs. But you also have to take into consideration all the other factors when it comes to lifting weights. The angles and the biomechanics in your shoulder and your elbows. How much muscle you have. How much of those muscle fibers you can activate. How fast you bench press. How explosive you can be. And a variety of other aspects. So again, I've known guys with long arms who had great bench presses, guys with short arms who had crappy bench presses, and a variety of people in between. With regards to improving your bench press, guys always want to know about improving their bench press because everybody always asks, hey, how much you bench press? Nobody asks, hey, how much do you bend over lateral? They don't ask that. They want to know how much you bench press because that's the standard for strength. What I'm going to tell you about the bench press applies to all exercises. The question is how do I handle more weight? Well, let's think about this. We want to have bigger strength, bigger power, bigger muscles. So if we're going to do that, we can't handle light weight for more reps. That makes sense, right? Yeah, Steve, but how do I handle the more weight? That's the question. How do I handle more weight? What you have to do is you have to take into consideration how much you currently lift now. And from that point, back down your reps and increase your weight. For instance, you know how I'm always talking about warm-up sets and workout sets? Once we hit the working sets, and if you say I bench X amount of weight for 10 reps, well, what you do is you bench that amount of weight for just 6 reps. And then you increase the weight from there. So essentially you don't wear yourself out on weight you know you already can handle for a certain number of reps. And I don't care what the reps are that you could handle or what the reps are that you're gonna handle. If you handle a weight for 10 and you increase the weight and you handle it for 2, that's fine. If you handle a weight for 6 and you increase the weight and you handle it for 1. The point is that we want to decrease the number of reps so we can therefore handle more weight. I don't care if it's 5 or 10 more pounds, but as you gradually begin to handle more weight for 1 rep, 2 reps, 3 reps, whatever that is, you begin to involve additional muscle fibers, create greater muscular contractions, therefore creating bigger strength. So the concept is do anything you can do to handle additional weight. Not crazy amounts, like nobody's going to go up 50 pounds on their bench press, but an extra 5 pounds, an extra 10 pounds, that begins to accumulate over days, weeks, and months. So remember, I'm talking about whatever you can do to save that strength so you can handle additional weight. So cut down on the reps, increase your rest in between sets, stick with the basic exercises. Now with regards to bench press, the more you bench press, the better you'll get at it. But then also you got to remember, if you handle heavy weight on inclines, that helps as well. You handle heavy weight on dumbbell presses and dumbbell flies, that helps as well. So, how do you increase your squat? If you can get 225 for 10, do 225 for 6 and save those additional 4 reps. Increase the weight to 250, see what you can get. So that's what you're doing. You've all heard the expression, you lift a calf every day, and as that calf grows into a cow, you're able to lift that as well. Same concept here. We're not going to be making huge jumps. We're just going to be pecking away at it gradually and easily so we can, again, gain that strength rather slowly. And it also is going to vary depending on how long you've been lifting. You've been lifting for 15 years, your bench press is probably not going to go up that dramatically. If you've been lifting for a year or 2 or 3, you can increase your bench dramatically as well. Heck, I brought Justin's bench press up from 400 to probably 500 pounds. So again, you got to take all these factors into consideration, not just with bench press, but with all your other exercises as well. I'm Steve Turano. Train smart, train hard.